All right. Sixth graders, adding and subtracting mixed numbers. Remember, a mixed number contains whole numbers, right? So you might have 3.5 pizzas. 3.5 pizzas for your family and some friends, right? And those pizzas, when they're cut up, before you take a piece, if you have one pizza that you cut into thirds, these are little mini pizzas, and so you cut it into 3 pieces. Before you take any, what fraction is represented? Raise your hands. Are you? 3/3, right. And if you have 2, and you cut up one of them, you have 1 3/3, right? Yeah. Which really is 2 whole pizzas, but one of them is cut up into thirds, right? That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working on that process of taking a whole and cutting it up into pieces so that we can take pieces away. You might add some pieces to that. Let's talk about what to do to add the numbers. Okay? When we're adding mixed numbers, you're going to add the whole numbers first, and then use a common denominator to add the fractions. Okay? Add the whole numbers and add the fractions. Alright? So, let's look at an example of that. Go to your book. Let's say that we have 1 5 6 plus 2 1/3. This is number 2 in your book. 1 5 6 plus 2 1/3. Your lesson, page 147. So the procedure, add the whole numbers, and then add the fractions. Okay? First, add the whole numbers. You have 1 whole plus 2 wholes. Zoe, add the whole numbers. Focus. Look at the whole numbers. Okay, add them. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 wholes. Okay? You gotta focus here. Now, let's add the fractions using a common denominator. So rewrite 5 6 plus what? 1/3, but we have to convert that to
6.
6. So we have to multiply by 2, right?
Yeah.
2/6, which equals what? Tyler?
7/6.
7/6. If you have a pizza that's cut into 6ths and you have 7 pieces, do you have another whole?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is equal to 1. And how many pieces left over? 1/6. Very good. 1 1/6 that we have to add to the 3 already that we already have. We have 3 wholes, and then from all of the pieces we can make another whole. So how many total do we have?
4 and 1.
4 wholes
And 1/6.
and 1/6. 4 wholes and 1/6. Okay? And this is the work that you have to show. This is how you show your work. Alright? Some of you I noticed as I was walking around looking at your homework from yesterday, you didn't write down everything. You didn't write down, for example, that you converted this to a common denominator. You didn't multiply here, or put the dot or the times sign. Okay? It's so easy, you guys. It takes 3 seconds to write times 2 times 2. You need to do that. Okay? It helps you. Especially later on, it helps you to write down what you're thinking. Let's do number 3. 2 2/5 plus 3 1/10. Write that down. Oops. 2 2/5 plus 3 1/10. Add the wholes. Then add the fractions. I'm going to write, instead of 2/5, since I know I'm going to convert fifths to tenths,
Times it by 2.
I'm going to times 2. Again, it takes 3 seconds to write times 2 times 2. Use the dot for times. That's 4/10, which equals
5 times
5/10,
and
which is really 1/2. So 5 1/2. You just keep writing as you're thinking. Okay? And everything is here. I can see my problem. I can see that I converted 2/5 to 4/10. And I'm adding it to 1/10. That equals 5/10, which equals 1/2. And I write 1/2. Daria.
For the number 2, when the answer was 7 and 6, did we? I don't get how we got 1 and 1.
1 and 1/6. Okay. When you have a top-heavy fraction,
it's 1
you divide to find how many pieces make, how many leftover pieces you'll have. So from 7 pieces, if they're cut into sixths, you know what sixths kind of look like? Okay, so this is a sketch of having 3, and then if we cut those in half, it equals 6. And the whole thing is cut into 6. 6 makes 1 whole, right? But if you have 7 of them, 7 pieces, then you take those pieces and you put those in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there'd be 1 left over, wouldn't there? So 1 and 1/6. Or if we divide 6 and 7 with 1 time, remainder 1, 1 and 1/6. Okay? And that's where the 1 left over comes from. And how big is it? It's a 6th. It's a 1/6 of the whole. Okay? So you have to think, how many pieces, if I have 6 as the denominator, how many pieces would make the whole? 6 of them. We can make another whole. If we have 7, okay? Let's go on to subtraction. Now, let's say that we have number 4. 3 and 4/12 minus 3 and 1/3. Now we're going to subtract the wholes first. 0. And then subtract the fractions. 4/12 minus
4/12.
Yep, times 4, right?
Yeah.
So 4/12. It's 0. That equals 0 also. So this is the answer. Circle the 0. Make a donut. That's number 4. Number 5 is a subtraction problem. 3 and 1/3 minus 2 and 1/4. Now, one thing I did wrong on this, okay? when you're subtracting, it's really best to subtract the fractions first. Okay? So we have to do this in reverse order, and we have to do the fractions first. I'll tell you why a little later. What's the common denominator we're going to use?
12.
12. So we have to take and make 12 out of this one. That's 4 12ths. And we have to make 12 out of this one. 3 12ths. 1 12. Whoa. 1 12. And then we can subtract the whole numbers. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 12. Okay? Questions on those? All right. Your assignment is going to be 7.
Oh, no, baby.
Page 147, where we've been working. 7 through 17.
Oh.
7 through 17 all. Okay? 7 through 17 all.